Gravedigger. From humble beginnings to a true worldwide phenomenon, the Gravedigger Monster Truck team has enjoyed 3 decades as the most beloved truck in Monster Jam history. This is a celebration highlighting 30 years of thrills.
The quick time of the day, the awesome Gravedigger!
Provided by the black and green wrecking machine, the Gravedigger. With the largest fleet of state-of-the-art trucks and a roster of the most talented drivers, all fueled by one desire: to satisfy the most loyal fans in the world with awe-inspiring performances.
Anderson's not gonna fight. He's got big truck. I have never seen a Monster Jam machine any higher.
From winning world racing championships to rocking sold-out stadiums with some of the greatest freestyle runs of all time.
They're in the trials. The truck is bent up and he's twisted all over. Come on, Pablo, stay after it.
Gravedigger fans have come to expect the very best every time out. Carrying that legend forward, Gravedigger's 30th anniversary truck sports an awesome new paint job, ready to amaze those millions of fans, proudly wearing their Gravedigger hats and t-shirts, roaring in their love and support of a true American icon. The popularity of Gravedigger was exploding, and it was clear that 1 or even 2 Gravedigger trucks could not begin to fill the demand. It would take an entire fleet and a bevy of the best drivers to fulfill the desires of the legion of Gravedigger fans across the world.
Yeah, there was a big demand for Gravedigger, man. And that's when we started the multiple teams, you know. And I stepped over with Tina and Pablo, and they're the first ones that I ventured out with, and we ended up letting these guys kind of campaign the truck and take care of the West Coast. Because it was just a big demand, you know, and I couldn't be everywhere all the time. And, you know, just because I wasn't in your neighborhood and coming to your Monster Jam show doesn't mean that I quit driving. I was somewhere else. And one day I'll make it to everybody's neighborhood. But, you know, now we have 10 Gravedigger trucks.
As a Monster Jam driver, being selected to the Gravedigger team is the ultimate honor and the ultimate thrill.
What a ride. Being a Gravedigger driver, it's a pretty neat deal. Every time we come into the event, we're the crowd favorite. But with that carries the burden of trying to go out there and be #1, whether it's racing or freestyle or monster.
Yeah, the truck is working good. You can see it the way. Whoa, that right there. Keep on it.
The best thing about being part of the Digger fleet, I guess, would be the fan involvement, the equipment. Being able to drive for a legend like Dennis Anderson that in itself is just one of the greatest experiences in the world.
He just makes it look so easy. Everything he does stuff that some of us drivers can't do.
Oh, man.
And that was one of the things he was going for. Oh, come on, Chuck, you saved it.
If you're a Gravedigger driver, you're put up there on a pedestal. You yourself are looked to as an icon, so it means a lot.
You come out of the elevator and you're screaming, you know, you only get that respect to be a Gravedigger driver. You know, and you go out there and you charge hard, and you do what the people want you to do. You put it on the edge, you know, and sometimes pass. To be a Gravedigger driver, we put it on the edge, you know, and that's what we do.
It's just great being a part of a team that everybody, not only in the United States and Canada, recognizes now, but it's all over the world, and that's a good feeling.
Hey, to be a Gravedigger driver is a lot of pressure, you know, because you're out here trying to fill the shoes of Dennis Anderson and live up to his reputation and the fans' expectations. And, you know, they expect everything out of this black and green truck, and it's a big job.
Digger's in the house. Randy Brown and Gravedigger. I know they're telling them to get their scores right now, but they're still watching. And look at that. Spectacular.
To be a Gravedigger driver, it's an overwhelming experience. It's so much pressure to get out there and perform for the crowd because of the legacy that's been created by Dennis and the Gravedigger team. But it's no other feeling like it. You're so proud to be a part of a team that has that legacy and to have that fan following.
You know, we have different Gravedigger trucks. They all look alike from the stands. They're all, you know, they're a black and green wrecking machine. But underneath that fiberglass shell, each one of the trucks is unique. Each of the drivers likes to set his truck up for his own driving style. My truck's got a real slinky suspension underneath it, you know, like a real loose truck. And my truck drives different from the others, whether it's the axle width. You know, I run a narrower width axle housing than Dennis runs. I run a different style shock. So we've got a lot of different variances underneath the trucks that make them each unique.
My Gravedigger truck setup, it is a little bit different from everybody else's. I redid all my own shocks. I went with a triple bypass racehorse shock, which Pablo builds. We tested them. We changed a bunch of stuff internally in them to get them to work, and it's become a really good handling truck. A lot of times it handles almost too good to where it doesn't look like it's out of control. You know, like you want it to be sometimes. So basically, the trucks, the chassis and everything now are getting close to the same as far as where the motors are mounted in them. You know, how low they are, how far they're forward. One of the biggest things on mine versus the other ones is my wider housings. Makes the truck a little bit more stable in the turns and things like that. When you get in the seat, you feel the truck, you know what it's doing, you feel the corrections that you need to make, you make the corrections, and you keep going.
One of the cool things about being a gravedigger driver is you get to put your setup into the truck, and they give you the freedom to set it up the way you want as far as the shocks. You know, I might run a locker in the front to try different things, you know, than other drivers. And you have a great piece of equipment, and you have that freedom to do what you want. It makes you more confident. It makes you feel better about what you can do with the truck because you can set it up for to your liking.
Basically, my truck here is gravedigger number 22. It's not the widest truck out there. It's not the longest truck out there, but I like it. I like to go out there and do freestyle. Freestyle truck, I like it. It suits me very well. The newer trucks actually work better, so much better. You have to go out there and work so much harder to make a freestyle look good. So in that aspect, I kind of like my Digger 22. It fits, beat up and rough and bruised, but it fits. It does me proud.
I'm driving gravedigger number 25 now. You know, they built me this new one. I mean, it's just awesome. The guys at the shop actually designed the frame and built it. The engine's lower, it's a shorter wheelbase, it's narrower. You know, it has a lot lower center of gravity, and it's just a pleasure to drive compared, you know, to even gravedigger number 12. It's unreal. You know, who thought that, you know, Dennis and myself could be out here driving, and a few other drivers 25 plus years.
Fans have relished the opportunity to see a fleet of grave diggers across the world and have witnessed memorable performances all over the map.
Bringing out the grave digger. And you know he's going to announce his presence. And he's tearing it up.
You know, take a look at the way this chassis sucks up these huge air jumps. There's no bounce, no rebound. That suspension just sucks it up. It doesn't. And here's a perfect example right here. What a great save.
He is just doing a brilliant job with cross cleanser. Wow, look at this. Wow. Right into your living room with some of the biggest down the night. Grave diggers on a roll. Stands and up on the nose, and the judges are considering this. This is still in the bonus time. Pablo Huffaker has a turned on with an incredible performance at Grave Digger. Remember, he won racing. This could be a double down winning performance. The crowd is loving it. He has not had the biggest air. He has had the best momentum and a great combination of tricks and a nice job on the slack wheel. Excellent. Into a crossbar on the bus.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here, and that is going to put him in the lead here. That was awesome. He had the peace of mind to set it down just in time to conquer up the bus. Randy Brown, that was a great move.
The roar goes up when he refires.
Oh, baby, hang on now.
Best of the season. And any bonus is not 3 points. Yeah. Listen to this place. When Charlie comes out like this, yeah, okay, build the clock, but you have to be calm no matter what. You can't be Damon unless you go huge.
No, he's got to go huge, and you know, they kind of got this rivalry going. It's almost like it's slapping the face to each other. Who wins, who doesn't win, and I know Chucky wants to be big air. Just beautifully done. Dude just makes it look so easy. Everything he does stuff that some of us drivers can't do. And that was one of the things he was going for. Oh, come on, Chucky, save it.
Oh, look out. Hello, Candace John sees the singular plan. He's starting it out at a good, solid pace. But again, just kind of thinking this. Oh, what a weird kick.
He's in trouble already, Scott.
And he's over. Jim Kohler's going to win it in Avenger.
This should be interesting to see him. He already wanted to one-up Lindsay. Let's see if he can do it now, because you know he's got that on his mind.
And last year, Chad was unofficially the European freestyle champion. Nobody won more than him. Boy, just can't keep it rolling tonight. Here comes the black and green wrecking machine.
Almost flat landed for it. Might have shut off the power switch. He's got the okay. He's going back out and getting big here. That's all we care about right now.
And the clock was frozen, as you talked about earlier, so he doesn't lose any time because of that.
On board looking as Rod Schmidt sees it in the black and green wrecking machine. Gravedigger on the tailgate. He's got problems. Broke the bead on the left rear tire. That is going to take him down early, Douglas.
And look at this. They'll go over in spectacular fashion. It won't be a winner. Dennis Anderson is freestyling in the ATM. You got plenty of room. Build the clock. Get some good hits. Get in the bonus time. If Dennis gets in the bonus time with a typical Gravedigger run, he's going to win. Because again, 25 is the score to beat right now. Looky there. Big air from Dennis Anderson. Really hurt it on the onboard side right there. The acceleration of Gravedigger. Wow! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! He's flattened the tire, but it didn't go over.
But he's still on all three.
And now, he's just going to give it to these fans in Atlanta. And remember, this has not been a great building for him. Tom mentioned on this building. This is going to be a huge victory for Dennis that he doesn't get it. I don't want to be a judge, but there's 65,000 people to be looking for.
With all of the Gravediggers out on the road, thrilling millions of fans, Dennis made sure to make the name even more popular through some of his most memorable performances.
Minneapolis of 2010 is the freestyle that I love to watch. I watched Dennis run. That run was just insane. He takes a freestyle that looks like he's not even in control of the truck, but every time you watch him land and hit and turn, you know he's in control.
It was Orlando, 2009. He absolutely tore that place up.
They are so pumped up for this, and Dennis is coming right out big. Oh, what a combo. It's amazing just to watch the master work. Oh, you're right, you can hear it. There's no sound like a Dennis Anderson freestyle.
That was the freestyle that I loved because it showed the real true Dennis Anderson, you know, big air, massive destruction, and he got out with a smile on his face and loving the fans.
It was fabulous, man. Coming back to Orlando, having drove for these guys in 2 years, you would not believe the fan mail, the emails, and the requests these people called for me to come back in here.
The majority of his are inspiring to me. It's like, oh, that's a new move. I'll try that next time. Here's a new move. A lot of the shows he rocks, but I could never pick one out of the whole bunch.
Recently just seen him do one in 2010 in El Paso, Texas. After the long career that he's had, he's still able to drive hard, aggressively, and win.
Look out, here comes that crosswind. Oh my! Look at this!
He put on a jaw-dropping, inspiring performance when Gravedigger actually got done at the end of the run and was sitting right on the rear, straight up and down. And with all that being said, he had the presence of mind to put it in reverse and back it down and continue to go from there.
I'll bet. Oh yeah!
I think it might have been Houston. I mean, everything he did was crazy. It was a crazy jump in freestyle, and from stack to stack, and he'd land it, and then he finally went up on this one really tall stack and pirouetted the truck and came right back down and landed it. I mean, it's like the truck wasn't going to go over, and I think it won freestyle of the year.
I watched them in Minneapolis in 08 and 09. I was at them shows, and I watched him go through some stuff to where that truck should have been over.
Never seems to be any wasted. Oh, there we go! Oh,
Incredible. And again, backs it up with another one and up and over. Come on, Dennis, bring it around. Yeah, man!
Oh, my!
And his throttle rhythm is so perfect, and so he is just a great driver.
I remember the time at the World Finals when they had 6 trucks there, and he kept bringing one out. He never took his helmet off. He kept saying he needed one. He had one more. He had one more. He had one more.
Here's Dennis Anderson in that 1950 Chevy stretch panel truck. He has got to beat Tom Bench 38. Now he's going to do some donuts. Kick it up from there. He's got no burn. Oh! Flips it over. Can he save it?
a little short. Probably didn't score good. But I'm going to get them to bring me another grave digger truck in here. I'm going to do it just for the fans. All I need is one more.
One more?
Just one more.
And he destroyed every single truck there, and he had that Tom's truck was stuck, and they hit, he run up the side of Tom's truck, and he got out, and he had another one. That's the one that I remember the most, I think. So that was pretty awesome.
I think all of Dennis's freestyle performances stand out. You know, each one of them are unique in their own way. You know, where it's an arena or a stadium, I mean, he goes out and he just takes the truck to another level.
First couple of things that come to mind are a couple of the most recent runs I've seen. So it's not like you have to go back 10 years and think, oh, that was his greatest run. With Dennis, it seems like he's still coming out with his greatest.
Unbelievable. Hang on, here we go.
Dennis Anderson has claimed 4 titles at the prestigious World Finals in Las Vegas, but none were quite as memorable as his 2004 Racing Championship triumph.
Blacksmith and Grave Digger. Anderson by about a half a truck length, but Blacksmith is not backing off. Pablo's hard into the turn. Here comes Dennis. They come to the line. Dennis Anderson has won the Monster Jam World Finals Racing Championship. He has done it, and the crowd, a sold-out crowd.
I'm trying to laugh and keep from crying. I've been out here a long time. Wanted this win bad. Said this was my year. Pulled off some good races tonight, man. I didn't do it by myself. I'd like to thank my crew back there, my engine builder, Richard Midges is here with me, and my crew guys keeping my mess good, nice and tight for me. I appreciate them all year long, and I appreciate you guys too, man. 22 years, I've never won this World Finals, but it feels really good right now, Buddy Rowe. I had that feeling, my kids are here, and we done it.
Those memorable performances created a buzz around Dennis and Grave Digger and helped elevate him to heights previously unheard of for a monster truck driver. In 2011, it was time for the limelight to shine on all 3 Andersons as they made their debut competing together in Baltimore. For the first time ever, all 3 incarnations of Grave Digger competed at the same event. The anticipation was at a fever pitch as many Monster Jam fans waited in long lines for the unique opportunity to meet the 3 superstars at one time. Just months earlier, Ryan Anderson had earned his place alongside his older brother and father when he executed a backflip at the 2011 World Finals.
Everything's setting in right now. All these people, all these awesome fans out here lining up to come get all 3 autographs, man. And it's like, you look back at the trucks and it's the real deal, man. It's great. We got a brand new place here. You know, I want to make it known that Adam Anderson's in the house.
The fans jammed into the stadium where they would watch the trio face a World Finals caliber lineup in both racing and freestyle.
We got all 3 Andersons, and this is the first time we've all 3 been together that we've been in Digger vehicles.
On the track, it was Adam in the Grave Digger Legend truck carrying the Anderson banner forward. He raced his way into the championship race before narrowly losing to Lindsey Wink in a Lucas Oil Crusader.
When I got to Lindsey to the finals, I knew he was going to be fast. And I was watching him all night. I think I actually did what he did the rest of the night. I did the last one. I ran really hard and was going kind of wide.
In freestyle, Dennis was his usual self, revving up the crowd with a spectacular performance that left the crowd cheering. Then, Ryan took center stage in freestyle, thrilling the crowd with a rocking son of a digger performance that included an attempt at a backflip. Although Ryan was ultimately edged by Tom Mentz in Maximum Destruction for the night's title, his fantastic run in Son of a Digger had all the Monster Jam fans on the edge of their seats.
Thank you guys so much. First of all, for supporting that truck right there and that guy. If it weren't for you guys,
supporting this crazy guy right here, I wouldn't be able to do this. I love you guys. You guys made that truck. You guys made this truck. That was all for you guys.
No trophies on this night for the Anderson clan against that star-studded lineup, but the first ever competition featuring all three Andersons driving thrilled the tens of thousands of Gravedigger fans in the house. As expected, all three put on a great show and wowed their supporters from racing to freestyle. Those special moments in Baltimore set the stage for Gravedigger's 30th anniversary. To celebrate, a team of designers and artists planned the massive undertaking of a paint job redesign for the entire Gravedigger fleet, including 2 special paint jobs for the trucks driven by Dennis Anderson. Originally created on a Virginia farm with the goal to simply be the biggest and baddest truck in the neighborhood, to then become the most popular vehicle in the world, the legend of Gravedigger continues to grow into the future. This 30th anniversary celebration is both a tribute to the amazing past of Gravedigger, as well as acknowledgement that the best is yet to come. As the team continues to thrive and expand, Gravedigger drivers continue their commitment to their amazing, loving fans, determined to give them the most memorable performances each and every time the digger hits the track.
Gravedigger, wow! Unbelievable!
Gravedigger, a true legend that has delivered 30 years of unforgettable performances, and all of those Gravedigger fans, the most loyal and supportive fans on the planet, have always been on board for the wildest rides ever, and they always will be.
The nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away